Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We're in the book of Leviticus, chapter 16, verses 1 through 19. Now, chapter 16 is the most critical chapter in the book of Leviticus. Now, it starts off with Moses, the Lord speaking through Moses to Aaron. And they're talking about how Aaron's sons, with Nadab and Abihu, back in chapter 10, how they thought they could go into the tabernacle on their own terms, and they were struck dead. And the Lord says to Aaron, don't think you can come into the Holy of Holies however and whenever you want. You need to abide by my rituals. And you see, that's the point of the whole book of Leviticus, is it's about how God is providing the means so that a holy and righteous God can remain with a sinful and rebellious people who are called to be his people. And so it starts off about how Aaron must prepare himself to even bring about the Day of Atonement. And it starts with him having a ritual washing. And then after that, he will put on all the garments of his office. And they weigh a ton because, gold and precious gems are sewn into it. And he is to bring along a bull, which will be a sacrifice for his own sins, and then also 2 goats. Now, these 2 goats, they're chosen by lots, one to be an offering to the Lord, the other one, which is to be a scapegoat. It is to be sent out into the desert, right? And so we go on in verse 11, how Aaron will sacrifice the bull for his own, and he's going to make a sin offering, not just for himself, but for his whole family. Of course, they are the priests. And he's to then take a censer full of burning coals and with incense, and to wave that around, as that is smoke of the incense will conceal the atonement cover. So it's sort of a veil before the seat of mercy on the ark. And then he is to take some of the bull's blood, right, and sprinkle it. And again, this bull's blood represents him. His sin has been atoned for. And so this blood is to represent Aaron. But then he takes the blood from the goat. And here's the thing that's interesting, is that sin offering to the Lord from the first goat is used on the tabernacle and all its fixtures. And he says very specifically, and this is in verses 15 through 19, about how they need to make atonement and make the tabernacle holy again from all of their uncleanliness, from their ritual uncleanliness, their impurity, from their spiritual rebellion, that the tabernacle is tainted by simply dwelling in their midst. It is tainted by their sin. And you think about the Romans 8 passage, it says that all of creation is groaning and eager longing for the revelation of the children of God. And again, we understand how sin doesn't just affect us, it impairs all of creation. The fall is taking on everything that we exist in. And I want to ask this question is, their sin tainted the tabernacle so that it had to be cleansed on the Day of Atonement. How does our sin negatively impact our sanctuaries? Do people ever bring, their selfish prerogatives, their sinful perspectives or desires into the life of the church? Absolutely. And these need to be cleansed from us. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.